Right now, work is underway on the first Milwaukee County Costco. 12 News at 4 continues with one of the biggest business headlines coming out this week. On Tuesday, crews started site preparation near 27th and Drexel. The Franklin store is scheduled to open in November. At the same time, plans are also moving forward to develop hundreds of residential units and commercial space just across 27th. Let's discuss it all with Andrew Weiland, editor at BizTimes Milwaukee, joining us this afternoon. How significant is this project for the city of Franklin and Milwaukee County?
I'd say major, and we're seeing a lot of change coming to that area, but I think we know that Costco is a big deal. It's kind of one of these cult brands that customers will flock to. And yeah, you've seen Costco continue to add locations in the area. There's another one under construction in Oconomowoc. I believe there's a location in Pewaukee, Grafton. They're kind of circling Milwaukee, and now this is on the south side. The first one, as you mentioned, Milwaukee County. So that's a big, huge store, going to be a huge attraction. And with the other development, as you mentioned, coming to that area, that corner of town, 27th and Drexel, is going to see a lot of change. A
lot of change indeed. And the mayor in Franklin talking about it on Monday. Here's the mayor earlier this week.
The second I heard the rumbling, I reached out to them and said, "Hey, we can't wait to talk to you. Let's start talking right now."
Right.
Because I wanted to let them know that Franklin would welcome them. I'm sure this is going to be a very sought-after area.
Sure.
It's going to spark some more residential on 31st Street. There's a lot of things that are going to be starting because of Costco.
Just the mention of Costco, and you see the Franklin mayor there getting excited to bring it to Franklin. He also mentioned new residential, so let's talk about the plans that are already moving forward for development across the street.
Right, so that's Oak Creek. 27th Street is the boundary between Franklin and Oak Creek. So yeah, you cross the street and there's a 119-acre site that was just sold to a couple of developers in the area, planning hundreds of residences, 600 approximately, 500 plus apartments, about 90 single-family homes. So a lot of new people are going to be moving into that area who could go shop at Costco. And then right at the hard corner there of, so this is northeast of 27th and Drexel, there's going to be commercial development as well. They've been less specific on what is going to be as part of that component, but that's another addition that's coming to that area.
But this is the kind of thing you like to see when a business comes to a particular area, the development of other businesses, residential areas that bring jobs and bring people to the city.
Yeah, and you really need both. You really need residential development because the businesses don't go where people aren't. Businesses really follow the people. So they go hand in hand. Residential development followed by the commercial development. But, you know, the other big change happening over there, of course, both of these sites, the Costco site and the other project site in Oak Creek, were sold by Northwestern Mutual, which has its Franklin campus adjacent to the Costco site, but is leaving that campus. They will be closing that campus, pulling 2,000 jobs out of there and taking them to their downtown headquarters campus where they're rebuilding an office building down there. So that's another big change that's going to come to that area, but it does open up that two buildings, the two large office buildings that Northwestern Mutual has, that are now open for someone else to come in. We don't know if they're going to be able to attract another company to move in there, or if they're going to just have to lease out that space to multiple tenants. That remains to be seen, but it's another big change. Those are three really big things happening right in that area.
And I know it's still very early on. Do you see this, or do city leaders see this as long-term momentum that can potentially build?
Well, the Costco is obviously momentum, and as is the Oak Creek development. The Northwestern Mutual situation with the office complex is a blow to Franklin, obviously. That's a lot of jobs, a lot of high-paying jobs they're losing, and I know they weren't happy about that at all. So that is a mixed bag when you really look at the full picture. It remains to be seen how that situation plays out, that office complex. If they can land another big company to replace Northwestern Mutual, then they're really going to have something. But yeah, the Costco store, the residential development across the street in Oak Creek, there's going to be a lot of positive momentum from that to that South 27th Street corridor for sure. Just kind of the elephant in the room is what's going to happen to the Northwestern Mutual office complex.
All right, big question mark. All right, Andrew Weiland, always good to talk headlines with you.